May we please have your name, branch, and rank?
Daniel Black. I was in the Navy. I was in the Navy for 3 years active duty, and then I had another 5 years in the active reserve.
In 1955, Daniel Black made a decision that would shape the course of his life. He joined the United States Navy fresh out of high school, seeking opportunity, discipline, and direction. His journey began at the Naval Training Center in San Diego, where he was assigned to Company 292. After 3 months of boot camp, he decided to advance to Fleet Sonar School, also in San Diego, which was 6 months of intensive technical training that prepared him for frontline service in sonar and anti-submarine warfare.
Because when I signed up with the Navy chief up in Washington State, I said, I want to get into electronics like radar and sonar and that sort of thing. And so he said, well, we'll sign you up for electronics field. So after I got out of boot camp, I went to Fleet Sonar School, which was in San Diego, was right across from the Naval Training Center.
Graduating at the top of his class, Daniel Black selected a specialized role in Helicopter Anti-Submarine Squadron 4, stationed in Imperial Beach, California. He trained for survival situations and operations off aircraft carriers, skills that would later become crucial in Cold War waters. In June of 1956, his squadron deployed on the USS Boxer, marking a historical first. The Boxer had just been reclassified as an anti-submarine warfare aircraft carrier, part of a hunter-killer group designed to defend U.S. interests during rising global tensions. Their mission took them on a Far East cruise, first to Hawaii, then across the Pacific to Japan, and onward toward Hong Kong. It was in November of 1956, while docking in Hong Kong, that the news of the Suez Crisis and the Hungarian Revolution broke. The USS Boxer quickly set sail for further orders as Cold War events escalated.
So they said, we're going to have to leave, so they put an announcement out. If you've got clothes, go get them, because we're leaving 4 o'clock this afternoon. People that had clothes, if they were ready, could go get them. Those that couldn't get them, that's all there is to them. And we pulled out of the port of Hong Kong after, I think, like 3 days. We were supposed to be there a week. And after 3 days, and then spent the next 3 weeks in South China Sea, just circling.
During his time, Black served 3 years on active duty and 5 more in the active reserves, rising from E1 to E5 during that time. His expertise in sonar and electronics proved critical during the dawn of modern naval warfare. After his Navy career, Black didn't stop serving. For the next 30 years, he worked as a federal agent with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, first inspecting breweries and wineries, later becoming chief of field operations in New York City, and ultimately serving as assistant director for regulatory enforcement.
By 1971, at that time, the IRS was part of the Treasury Department, and then the Alcohol and Tobacco Tax Division was set up as a separate bureau in the Treasury Department. That's when they became the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. So then I spent 30 years with Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms.
He was deeply involved in major operations, including the aftermath of the Waco siege, where his leadership helped guide national regulatory enforcement efforts during a pivotal moment in American law enforcement history. Daniel Black's story is more than a record of military science. It is a reflection of integrity, adaptability, and service beyond self. From the Navy's sonar decks to high-level federal service, his life reminds us that true patriotism is not just about the time in uniform, but about a lifelong commitment to protecting and serving others. Daniel Black deserves to be celebrated because his service bridges generations of American history, because he answered the call to serve in times of uncertainty, and because people like Daniel Black embody the very best of what it means to be a veteran, disciplined, humble, and unwavering in their duty. We honor Petty Officer 2nd Class Daniel Black for not only what he did, but for who he is. His story deserves to be preserved, shared, and remembered, for it reminds us that the strength of a nation lies in the quiet heroism of individuals who choose to serve.